I've been divorced a long time, about 7 years now, and I have learned so many lessons. And I would like to save some other people some of those lessons, even though I do think some of them are good for you and you have to learn. But I think we should give each other some tips. Number one, when you've been married for 20 years and you come out thinking, oh, it's just going to be sunshine and roses, I'm going to find somebody, I'm going to have a new wonderful relationship. No, you're not. Unless you already had one on the back burner, chances are you're going to find out that people don't date anymore. Not date. They might date, but as far as like calling you up, taking you out, seeing you again the next day, it doesn't usually happen. Or is that just me?
And here we have yet another freshly divorced woman coming fresh out of her 30-year marriage to get on the dating apps, and only to realize that it's not all it's cracked up to be, right? It's not the fantasy that you were sold by all your peers and all the women on social media and on The View, okay? Instead, it's like a nightmare, right? And she's realizing that these dudes that I'm going to meet on the dating apps do not value me for me. They do not care about me. They could give a crap less about me. All they care about is having sex with me and then moving on, right? Whereas your husband did value you. Your husband did care about you. Your husband did think you were something special. Otherwise, he would not have married you, put a ring on your finger, okay? But here you are. You're out with these dudes from the apps online that don't care about you, and rightfully so. Can you blame these guys? I mean, really, you could call these guys scumbags all you want, but can you blame them? Because they themselves are likely single, right? Weren't married, aren't divorced, don't have kids in tow, and here you are coming along with baggage. Okay, you're coming along, you're now not only a single mom, but you're a divorcee, you've been divorced. That really doesn't sit well for most guys. I mean, any guy out there who's worth two craps is not going to want to get with a single mom who's been divorced, because that would be him lowering himself. Why would he do that when he can get a woman who's never been married and doesn't have any kids that he needs to provide for? Why would he take that deal? Okay, that would be a foolish thing for him to do. That would be a dumb thing for him to take, accept an offer like that when he doesn't have to, when he has options. And unfortunately, like most of these women, even these women who are coming fresh out of divorce, they could have 5 kids from 5 baby daddies, they still want the guy that everybody wants, all the other women want, the guy that has the magic O, options, right? They want the guy who has the options, who has the lifestyle, all of the above, to settle for them when he can get the 22-year-old without the kids, fresh out of college, no baggage, right? Hasn't gone through any divorces. You have to ask yourself, ladies, why would he choose you? These women, they don't do any self-reflection at all. Like, okay, why would this guy want me, right? Say you're divorced. Say you're coming out of your divorce and you're a single mom. You've got like 2 9-year-old kids or something like that. You have to ask yourself, why would this attractive man want me? What would he want from me beyond just sex? Okay, sure, he might want you, but for sex, right? But beyond that, what would he want from me? You'll be hard pressed to find a guy who will want you for anything beyond sex, okay? You know the guy who's going to want you for something beyond sex? He's out there. He's called your husband. This is why you don't divorce him. This is why you don't leave him. This is why you don't leave your family. Okay? This is why you don't make everything about you. Not everything can always be about you. Okay? Especially if you get married, it's not about you anymore. It's about your family. Right? This is why I didn't get married. This is why I didn't have kids. I wasn't ready to make that commitment, right? I just wasn't ready to do it. Even with my dogs, they just kind of fell in my lap. I didn't even want to have dogs. They just fell in my lap because my siblings couldn't take care of them. And they do that. They friggin' adopt dogs they can't take care of, and then they fall in my lap. And I kind of have a big heart. I don't want them to go back to the pound. I used to call it the pound, the dog animal shelter, and where they'll be put to sleep. And I'm like, no, I've got, I work from my laptop, I've got the resources, I can take care of them, and I take them on. But even that is a lot of responsibility, man. I mean, it's a lot of commitment that I wouldn't have made otherwise if they didn't fall in my lap. So you have to ask yourself, like, why would this guy want to be with you with all this baggage, right? This guy with options, and then these women are sold that, that 2-letter phrase that keeps them single, which is called "don't settle, don't settle, don't settle." Where really what you should do is settle. Okay, especially if you're in that position where, you have children from another man. You've been divorced. You need to settle to some degree. Doesn't mean you need to go out with a guy in a cardboard box, but ladies, you need to be realistic and you need to settle to some degree. Okay, you need to lower your standards to some degree if you want to find a man, if you want to be happy. Because if you just do this don't settle malarkey until you get the GQ model with no kids and he'll just accept you and he'll be wonderful and everything you've dreamed and hoped for, you're just going to stay single. Okay? Because you're just not being honest with yourself. You're not living in reality. Next clip.
Part 3, a week in the life of being over 40 and dating in New York. I can't hide it. There are tears of frustration this week, but it is what it is. This week we had 5 dates. 2 of which were first dates, 2 of which were second dates, 1 of which was a third date. And for all of you that have commented asking, wondering why I go on so many dates and like, wow, just pick one. Blah, blah. This week is the perfect example why I do what I do. I know what I'm doing. First day of the week was on Tuesday. It was a second date and it was very short, but it was pleasant. We had really, really healthy food and beautiful conversation. We went to Gardenia Terrace in Hell's Kitchen. I left that date feeling appreciated, seen, and excited to see what's next. Wednesday, it was a second date with someone, and the first date had gone okay, but the second date, I definitely realized, our energy is not on the same page. We're not feeling the same way about each other. We met at Lily's on the Upper West Side cocktail bar. The vibes were not for me. Thursday, it was a first date with someone, and from the second I showed up, and even the texting on the way when I showed up, he was already giving me anxiety vibes. He was anxious about life. He was anxious about his job. He was anxious about relationships. He was anxious. Just totally anxious. In fact, on that date, I insisted on paying. I was like, bro, I got you, because he was sad. He was just sad. That was it. End of story. We went to Sakarat, which is a paella bar in Chelsea, but we never even got to eating. Never even made it that far. There was a major cold front, and I went on a third date with someone, and it was just great. And I thought that everything was immaculate, and I really loved seeing this person's soul and seeing how their brain operated and their perspective on the world. And I just thought that things were going to be great. But no matter what I think, you never really know what's going on in somebody's head, and you never really know what's going on in someone's life. And here we are, 48 hours past the date, and I have not heard a word, even though I have reached out. Radio silence. And previously this person would text me back within an hour, or was even like being the more aggressive one with texting. So I guess that's that. Third date was on Sunday evening. Sunday fun day. Listen, in New York City, Sunday's a brilliant day to go out. And we went to Ophelia Rooftop. Ophelia's rooftop is absolutely stunning. It was absolutely stunning. Really, really stunning. I don't think that I liked this person all that much, but you know what? I felt the same vibes back, and I doubt I'll ever hear from this person. And it doesn't matter. The vibes weren't there. But we went to a beautiful location. He was a beautiful human. So that's all that matters. Thank you. In case you're wondering about what about the guys from weeks 1 and 2, well, it turns out that the people that I liked the most never got back to me. And if they did get back to me, that they either completely ghosted or they have still yet to ask me out on a second date. And here we are like almost 3 weeks later. So this is why I have the dating structure that I do. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's my life, not yours. But stay tuned for week 4 because, girl, I'm frustrated this week. I need vibes. Send me vibes.
This chick just went on 5 dates in the same week. 5 dates, man. That's your future, by the way. If you continue to stay out there in the dating world as a 40-plus-year-old woman, that is your future. Endless first dates. Endless tryouts for dudes. Okay? Imagine that. Imagine holding endless tryouts for the rest of your life for dudes. Some will show up, some won't show up. Most won't meet the cut. Most won't meet your standards. Okay? I mean, this is just going to go on and on and on. And then followed by you doing the recap, the instant replay, and the summary on your social media for everybody to hear about and commiserate with you with. Like all the other ditzy broads just like you who did not lock it down in your 20s. I mean, this is really the life. Does this sound like freedom to you that feminism sold you? Does this sound like, you know, you're finally free from the shackles of the patriarchy? No. You're just on the deep end of the patriarchy where all the sharks are. Okay, you're no longer swimming in safe waters where the good men are. You're now out there in the deep waters, deep shark-infested waters, where there are great whites, piranhas, you name it, out there ready to just gobble you up and spit you out. And these women are finding that out the hard way, right, guys? Finding it out the hard way that dating is not designed to work for you after the age of 30. Definitely not 40 and definitely not 50. Okay, you see these women struggling with it, right? I mean, she is sitting there. I mean, especially she's in LA, like, you know, where I was living, and I know those venues that she's going to. I mean, come on, man, it's LA. It's so easy to date there. It's so easy to date, and she still has problems. You know why? Because they're like 18, 19-year-old models. You're surrounded by them there that moved to LA trying to become famous, right? Those chicks are everywhere. So of course these guys are going to bypass you and try to go for those girls. Why wouldn't they? All right? Just like how you're trying to go for the rich men, the rich, good-looking men, and you're bypassing, you know, the brads that you will soon end up with anyway. Right? It does not change. It does not change. Next clip.
First of all, there's no such thing as relationships anymore, apparently. It's all just hooking up, friends with benefits, and never-ending talking stages. It's not at all what it used to be. Like, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage. No. It is first comes sex, then comes ghosting, then comes emotional trauma and trust issues. And then everybody does the opposite of what you're supposed to. So if they like someone, they don't tell them. If they want to be with them, they act like they don't. Everybody wants what they can't have, but then when they have it, they don't appreciate it, so they lose it. So then they'll fight to get it back, and then when they get it back, they don't really want it because they didn't really want it anyway. They just wanted to get it back but not really have it. You feel me?
And here's another divorced woman who left her husband, said goodbye to her family life, goodbye to her safe home, to get out there and, you know, start dating dudes, to quickly come to the realization that it's about is hooking up, sex, followed by ghosting, followed by becoming a side chick, followed by emotional trauma, and then rinse and repeat. Really? Is that a better trade-off from your marriage? Is that a better trade-off, leaving the guy that, you know, you divorcing the guy because, you know, he didn't do his laundry one day, or he expected you to cook him a meal once a week? I mean, is that really worth it? I mean, it doesn't sound like a very good trade-off to me, right? It's like going from living in a, you know, like a nice home, a nice large home in a safe community, gated community, to going, nah, I don't want this anymore, right? I don't like having to mow the lawn in this place. I think I'm just going to go live downtown in the Tenderloin and live in a cardboard box, because that's true freedom. That's what I'm being told. That's not oppressive. That's freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. You know, it's just mind-blowing how these women will just buy into these, you know, these lies and the deception that, you know, you should just divorce your husband and get back out there, and you're gonna have you're gonna be living your best life in no time, girl. Gonna be living your best life in no time. And really, what happens to these women? They just end up becoming another statistic of the Chads of the world, right? They just become another notch on Chad's belt, as well as many other dudes who could care less about them. And then rinse and repeat, on to the next. Endless first dates. There you go. There's your life after you leave your husband. Yeah, you were sold on the lie that it's going to be one big parade for you, you know, one big celebration for you. Then you quickly realize that really the party is owned and run and operated by Chad. As always, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to add, anything you would like to share in the comments below. Please drop them in comments below, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out. So until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out here with the Lamborghini. Such a beautiful car. Just got this car, and we're going to be featuring it here on the channel for many months and many years to come. So get used to it. And yes, I still have the DeLorean. DeLorean is not going anywhere. But we are going to enjoy this car for many years to come while we have it here on the channel. Just picked this car up, had it delivered basically a week ago. The same guy who delivered my DeLorean, TJ, at Florida Exotic Transport. He also delivered the Lamborghini for me. You can also follow me on IG at MadCrossOfficial if you want to see the entire process of me purchasing this car. I'll probably do a full review on my Alpha channel, which should be fun. I'll have that up momentarily if it's not up already. This car is just amazing, right? I was on the hunt for this car for over 2 years. And then finally when it popped up, it took me over 2.5 months to close this deal and get this car at the right price where I felt comfortable, they felt comfortable letting it go. This is in Rosa Festo Red. This car is finished in Rosa Festo Red, which is one of the rarest colors for Lamborghini. It's a $14,880 option. It's gorgeous, looks really good. But going to be featuring it in a lot more coaching videos here on the channel, so I'm very excited about it, as you can see. But as always, gentlemen, don't forget to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell as well, so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, please, right? Helps me out a ton when you guys actually subscribe and you don't just take off on me, right? So make sure you're subscribed to the 33 Secrets as well. This is in the right color too, right? This is basically the color of the 33 Secrets right here, right? I should put a big 33 logo right on the hood. Right? Just piss off all the modern women out there. In any case, for you guys who want to support my work and everything I'm teaching you here, all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I've been teaching you for years and years, if I've added value to your life, if you love what I do here, the best way to support me is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making it happen every single week. I want you to join us. I want you to become one of us. Right? We should all be driving Lamborghinis. In any case, that's the best way to support my work, guys. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. I'm out. Man, this car is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. Woo! Oh, goodness gracious. What a ride.